माचिस की लकड़ी मिलेंगी? मैं गली नहीं मैडम, वो थोड़ा टाइट नहीं कर। ये मेरा उनकी है, चेक कर लो। हो लावलं मी. चार्जर लावलाय. फुल चार्ज आहे मॅडम. पॉवर बँक पण लावलाय. जमलं तर लावून देईल मग नंतर. हो मोबाईल आहे. हो. आणि मोबाईल
I request Dr. Smita Banjari ma'am, respected chief guest and inaugurator, Honorable Muhammad Nazir, Professor Rameshwar Adhikari, guest of honor Nitin Labshetwar, Dr. Dilip Badwaik sir, Gurnule sir, NB Singh sir, please grace the dais.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Please
You
be
may,
seated.
I request volunteers to pin up the conference badges to all the teams.
त्या साईडला उभी राहतो. हालून नको.
Thank you, volunteers. A very good and warm morning to one and all. I, Dr. Vaishali Charjan, along with my co-host, Dr. Shardul Wag, welcome you all on behalf of entire Kamla Nehru family to the inaugural ceremony of International Conference on Advanced Sustainable Futuristic Material ASFM 2024, jointly organized in association with Sharda University, Greater Noida and CSIR Niri Nagpur.
Light symbolizes victory over darkness and defeat ignorance. It marks the beginning of auspicious moments and events. I request the dignitaries on the dais to please enlighten the lamp in front of Goddess Saraswati. O Mother, we pray for your blessings with all humility. Give us wisdom to make this world a better place. May all the human beings live in the harmony with nature and other forms of life. May the truth prevail. May the darkness of ignorance be swept away by the dawn of self realization. Now I request President, Chief Guest of today's function, Guest of Honor, and other dignitaries to grace the dais.
So please welcome the dignitaries on the dais with a big round of applause. Honorable Advocate Abhijit Vanjari sir, MLC and Secretary Amar Seva Mandal. Due to some reason, he couldn't grace the today's function. However, he had conveyed his best wishes. Honorable Dr. Smita Vanjari ma'am, Treasurer Amar Seva Mandal Nagpur, will preside the function. Our respected chief guest and inaugurator, Honorable Dr. Mohammad Nazar, Principal Scientist JNAR TDC Nagpur. Professor Rameshwar Adhikari, Tribhuvan University, Kathmandu, Nepal, keynote speaker. So here there is a slight change in schedule. Instead of Muhammad Abu bin Hassan Suzan, University of Dhaka, Bangladesh. Today we have Professor Rameshwar Adhikari, Tribhuvan University, Kathmandu, Nepal as a keynote speaker due to last moment visa issue. He couldn't fly to India, but he will convey his thoughts through online mode in tomorrow's session. Guest of honor, Dr. Nitin Lakshetwar, CSIR, Nagpur. Professor N.B. Singh, Sharda University, Greater Noida, and Dr. Atul Vaidya, Director, CSIR, Niri, Nagpur, who have played a key role for organizing this conference, but today couldn't grace this function due to some unavoidable responsibilities. However, he has conveyed his best wishes. Dr. Dilip Badwaikar, Principal, Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya, and Dr. Vasudev Gurnule sir, convener of today's program. Thank you all for giving us your precious time. We are happy to receive you all in the beautiful Orange City, Nagpur. Ladies and gentlemen, in these 2 days, we will provide you plenty of opportunities for a vibrant and intense exchange of huge knowledge and experience. I'm glad to announce that this year we have received a huge response of about more than 500 participants from all over the globe. Today, we have glorious opportunity to mix and mingle with fellow delegates of all the parts of the world.
Henry Ford says, coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is a progress. Working together is a success. It was indeed this mantra of conference convener, Dr. Vasudev Gurnule, that has brought us together under one roof. So I request Dr. Gurnule sir to reciprocate us the theme and importance of ASFM 2024 conference.
Sir, good morning to all of you and warm welcome for this international conference. Dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Smita Vanjari Madam, President of this inauguration session of this international conference, and Treasurer of Amasya Madam Nagpur, Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Najar, Principal Scientist from Jawaharlal Nehru Aluminium Research Center Nagpur, Dr. Nitin Lapsikra sir, Chief Scientist of CSIR Delhi, Professor Rameshwar Adhikari sir from Tribhuvan University Kathmandu, and Professor N.B. Singh from Sharda University Greater Noida, Dr. Badwaik sir of the Principal of our college, and dear participants, dignitaries of the dais, Dr. Kiran Bajpayee, Dr. Swaminath, Professor Swaminathan sir, Dr. Mishram sir, and so many are there. Dear participants, here today we have gathered here for the inauguration session of this international conference, which is organized by jointly organized by the Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya Nagpur, Sharda University Greater Noida, and CSIR National Environmental Engineering Research Institute, Niri Nagpur. For this inauguration, Honorable Smita, Dr. Smita Vanjari Madam has given the time, and I am very obliged. We are willing, that is, oblige us by accepting our request to preside over this function instead of our secretary of this society. First of all, I pay homage to Sri late Govindaji Vanjari, founder president of Amasya Mandal. I also extend a warm welcome to the president of our Amasya Mandal, Dr. Vanjari Madam, and secretary of the society, Advocate Abhijit Vanjari sir. But they could not join us, but they are best wishes and are with us. For this inauguration, Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Mohammad Najar sir, he is the principal scientist from the Jawaharlal Nehru Research Institute, Aluminium Research Institute, Nagpur. Sir has obliged us by accepting our request and be present here. We are highly obliged, sir. Thank you, sir. In the Tribhuvan University, Kathmandu. And Dr. Badwaik sir is here. We are also here present for this on this occasion. As we know, here today in this inauguration session, we are going to release the abstract book that is a souvenir of the international conference on this occasion, and this includes the abstract of keynote speakers, plenary talks, inverted talks, and other and poster presentations. and cover almost all area of the physical and chemical and biological sciences. And we are going to release this abstract book by the hands of the honorable guest and the president of this inauguration session. As we know, there are many societies of material science which have tremendous contribution in the science and technology, and chemistry and chemical process play a very important role in the development of materials. And world needs the sustainable material for the benefit of the society. And therefore, and at this time, nanotechnology play a very important role in the development of these material. As we know, science and technology are different, but at the same time, they are complementing with each other. As we know, the technology that makes our life comfortable are related to the materials, and materials are the size dependent. So different types of materials are there, and also main objective of organization of this international conference is to provide a platform for the interaction among the eminent professionals, speakers, and researchers to discuss some ideas and their views, and to share the state of art development in their field, particular to the beneficial to the young scientists. And main focus of this international conference, what is the current status and future scope, will be going to discuss in this international conference related to the benefit of the science, society, and the industry in large. So we have an opportunity to be benefited by the talks of Professor Ramesh Adhikari sir from Tribhuvan University, Professor M. Swaminathan sir from the Kalasaringa University, Professor Sonia Pereira from the University of Lisbon, Portugal, Professor Dr. Niti Lapswata sir from the CSR NIRI, Dr. Amit Bansal sir from the again the CSR Laboratory NIRI, Professor Ravi Judade sir from the RTMNU Department of Chemistry, Professor Chaudhary sir from the Kamti College, SK College, Professor Naveen Chandra from the University of Mumbai, and so many speakers are here. Professor of the Mahato from the MIT Patna. So at last, as the convener of this international conference, I welcome you all the dignitary present here, and media persons, invitees, and dear all the participants. So I am sure that this conference is really beneficial to all the research scholars, students, and especially it will be a acknowledgeable and immediate that is explained to all of us. So with this, I stop here, and thank you. Thank you too.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with the intent of this conference. Now, I would like to call upon our respected principal, Dr. Dilip Badwait, sir, the sculptor of human character, a seasoned scholar and a navigator of the flagship of knowledge, to present a brief agenda.
Thank you, sir. A very good morning to all of you. I am not getting this one. A very good morning, all of you. On the behalf of Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya, I, the principal of Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya, Dr. Dilip Badwai, welcome you all in this lush green area of Niri. And I am thankful to Lapsetwar sir. They are also the host and allow us to organize inaugural function in their premises. This is not only the lush green area, but a pleasant atmosphere is there outside the hall. Dear friends, again I welcome you all in the inaugural function of Advanced Sustainable Futuristic Material International Conference. And for this international conference is organized in association with NIRI and Sharda University, Greater Noida. For this inaugural function, we are having chairperson, Honorable Dr. Smita Vanjari ma'am, Treasurer Amar Mandal, and Senate member, Rashtra Sant Tukadoji Maharaj, Nagpur University. Nagpur Division Graduate Consultancy, MLC, Honorable Advocate Abhijit Vanjari sir could not grace the dais because he is having some unavoidable work, but he convey his best wishes for this international conference. Today, chief guest for this inaugural function, Mohammad Nazar sir from Jawaharlal Nehru Agricultural Research Center, Nitin Lapsetwar sir, chief scientist, CSR NIRI, Adhikari sir from Tribhuvan University, Nepal. NB Singh sir from Sharda University. Singh sir is not new. Now Singh sir become a family member of Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya. Convener of this, convener of this international conference, Dr. Vasudev Gurule sir, and all the respected guests of the dais, dear participants, research scholars, and students. Once again, I welcome you all with my words. Dear friends, our Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya is well known for its discipline and academics. Under our patrons, Honorable respected Dr. Suhasini Bandari Madam, President of Amar Seva Mandal, Secretary of Amar Seva Mandal, Advocate Abhijit Bandari Sir, MLC Nagpur Graduate Constituency, Treasurer of Amar Seva Mandal, Dr. Smita Bandari Ma'am. They are the guiding force and motivator for us. Under their leadership, our Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya attained a new height. As a result, in the third cycle of accreditation, we received the highest grade, that is A plus, with CGPA 3.53. And shortly, we are going to test the fourth cycle of re-accreditation in the month of August. Dear friends, our college are running 11 graduation courses. That includes BA English Marathi medium, BCom Honors, BCCA, BBA, BCA, BSc Data Science, BTech Cosmetic Technology. In addition to that, we are also running PG courses, and 22 PG courses we are running. We are also having 6 higher learning and research centers. That includes physics, chemistry, electronics, computer, commerce, and English. We are imparting education to around 7,000 students. We are striving hard for the academic excellence as well as personality development of our students. Further, to make our faculty members updated with the current changes in the science, current development in the science, with the motivation of patrons, every year we are organizing conferences and seminars. And last 2 years, since that is the need of the Rs and NEP also, we are also organizing from last 2 years a week-long faculty development program that is on research methodology and ICT tools. And today is the International Conference on Advanced Sustainable Futuristic Material. Dear friends, Advanced Sustainable Futuristic Material covers a wide range of cutting-edge substances engineered to address contemporary challenges in sustainability, durability, and functionality. I will cite some examples. Graphene is one of the examples of futuristic material. The single atom thick layer of carbon atom arranged in hexagonal lattice to renowned for its exceptional strength, conductivity, flexibility. Second is the bioplastics. This bioplastics is derived from renewable biomass sources such as cornstarch, sugarcane, algae. This bioplastic offers an eco-friendly alternative to traditional petroleum-based practice. Third one is the self-healing material. These innovative materials have the ability to repair damages autonomously, mimicking biological process. Nanomaterials, we are aware of that, engineered at the nanoscale. This material exhibit unique properties due to their small size and higher surface area to coverage. Transparent solar cell. We know the opaque solar cell which we install on the top roof. This transparent solar cell, however, can be integrated into window and glasses of building, allowing them to generate electricity while maintaining transparency. Next is the recycled material. Advances in recycling technology have led to the development of material made of recycled waste, such as plastic bottles, tires, even ocean plastics. 3D printing material, we are aware of that. So these sustainable materials, futuristic material, we have invited many people to talk on this topic. After their speeches, a brainstorming discussion will be there. There are results in the fruitful discussion, and that discussion will be useful for the society as well as national. Dear friends, for this international conference, more than 450 participant registers. Even though we cannot see that number, they will arrive later on. Thus, we are getting a full response for this international conference. I hope this international conference will aid to the knowledge of the participants. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir, for your introductory remarks.
To welcome is to show the honor. To welcome is to establish integrity. Our desire is to exchange a gracious and inclusive welcome to all of you. It's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to you all. As a tradition, we welcome our guests by offering a floral bouquet as a token of respect and gratitude. Fellow members, please join us in giving our guests the best of cordial welcome. May I request Dr. Vandana Kharabe ma'am to welcome Dr. Smita Vanjari ma'am, Senate member and Treasurer Amar Seva Mandal, Nagpur, by offering a floral bouquet. Thank you, ma'am. Please give warm welcome to our chief guest. I request Dr. Dilip Barwait sir to offer a floral bouquet to our chief guest, Dr. Mohammad Nazar, Principal Scientist, JNAR DDC, Nagpur. Thank you, sir. I would like to request Dr. Vasudev Gurnale sir to welcome our keynote speaker, Professor Rameshwar Adhikari from Tribhuvan University, Kathmandu, Nepal, by offering a floral bouquet. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Dilip Barwait sir to welcome our guest of honor and co-organizer of conference, Professor Dr. Nitin Lapshetwar, by offering a floral. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Suresh Kuppalwar sir to welcome our guest of honor and co-organizer, Professor N.B. Singh, by offering a floral bouquet. Thank you, sir. Now, I request Dr. Praveen Domble to welcome Dr. Badwait sir, Principal Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur, by presenting a floral bouquet. Thank you, sir. I request Mr. Shrikant Suryanshi sir to welcome the convener of the conference, Dr. Vasudev Gurnale sir. Thank you, sir. It's high time that such an event took place to highlight the remarkable contribution of eminent experts in the field of advanced sustainable futuristic material science. Now, it's time to introduce our guest of honor, Professor N.B. Singh sir, Emeritus Professor at Chemistry Department, Sharda University, Greater Noida. He was former head of Chemistry Department and Dean Faculty of Science, DDU, Gorakhpur University, Gorakhpur. He has more than 261 research papers in science journals, 8 books, 4 book chapters, guest editor of 4 material today's proceeding in his credit. He has been bestowed with many awards and recognition of which recent ISCS Gold Medal and Lifetime Achievement Award for his contribution in the area of solid state chemistry. With this short introductory, I request Dr. N.V. Singh sir to grace us with his opinion on this occasion.
Very good morning to all of you. Dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, international participants, organizing committee of this conference, members of NERI, participants, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor for me to be associated with this international conference. I come from Sharda University, Greater Noida. Sharda University is a private university in UP, but it is one of the wonderful universities in the country. It has almost all the disciplines except the veterinary science which are taught at Sharda University. And about 150 students are international students. Now, our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sivaram Khara, has also expressed his good wishes for the success of this conference. He was supposed to come here, but because of his busy schedule, he could not come to this meeting. Now, coming to the theme of the conference, now today's time, everywhere, everybody is discussing about sustainable development. The simple definition of sustainable development is to meet the need of the present generation without compromising with the need of the future generation. It is the simple definition of sustainable development. And if we follow this principle, the only thing which comes into existence is whatever you do, whatever you produce, there should be a concept of zero carbon emission. Unless and until there is zero carbon emission, sustainability will not be there. Now, from time memorial, the development of any nation or of civilization is linked with the development of the material, Stone Age, Iron Age, Bronze Age. Now it is the age of advanced material. Now, it is rightly said that if there is no material, there is no development. So any type of development or any type of physical comfort which is needed for the society is directly linked to the material. And I hope that this conference will be providing a platform where the keynote speaker, plenary speaker, invited speaker, paper presenter, or the poster presenter, they will be contributing something in developing the knowledge on material sustainability, material science, which will ultimately lead to the development of the nation and ultimately for the benefit of the society. I congratulate Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya choosing such a wonderful theme of the conference and organizing this conference with the venue of need. So I also congratulate the officers of NERI who have provided this space for organizing this inaugural conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Here we have now our next guest of honor, Dr. Nitin Labshetwar sir, who is currently working as a Chief Scientist and Chair Environmental Resource Planning and Management Vertical, and also leading the Energy Resource Group at CSIR NERI, Nagpur. With over 35 years of research experience, sir has published over 220 research papers and massive citations, over 9,000 citations, and 20 international patents in addition to contributions in books. He is an identified expert for Central Pollution Control Board of India and also contributes as an expert to several other national and international agencies. Sir has been a visiting professor at various international universities and handled over 150 projects at national and international laboratories. His research and academic contributions is recognized with various fellowships and awards, including prestigious Wasvik Award 2020. With this, I request Dr. Nitin Labshekar sir to express his brief views.
Very good morning to you all. Honorable Dr. Smita ji, Abhijit ji, whom I have privileged to know personally and as a family friend. Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Nazar, Dr. Dr. Singh, Honorable organizers, and dignitaries of the guest, I can see lot international guests. First of all, welcome to CSI Needy on behalf of Dr. Atul Vaidya, our director, who has actually gracefully, I would say, agreed for this collaborative thing. I only have a small share that we recently signed an MOU with the college in this very impressive society. And I know personally for the last couple of years, right from science to a variety of educational field, they have been excellent. And one more thing I would like to point out, they're also encouraging the world education, which I feel is a novel job. So welcome you all once again on my personal behalf. It's normally a bit stressful for the audience to see so many people sitting on the dais and they believe all of them are going to speak. But you've seen that we are very brief, and at the same time, with my so much of experience, I believe it's the inaugural and the cultural and the dinner, which are the session most crowded. So we are going to send you some important messages out at fail. About this conference, the topic selected is very generic, but at the same time very important. To give you a very, very small glimpse that all of you must be aware that in the social media and the newspaper, we are at the development, I would say, threshold. And that's our right. There's a right of not only India, we represent sizable people of population in the world. So if India grows or China grows, like almost 30% of the population. But very unfortunately, this has happened at the time when we are facing, the humanity is facing some very challenging environmental crisis. If you go by the World Economic Forum report, for next 2 years, they often come out with some challenges. 10 most important challenges. If you see short term, two years, there are 5 challenges out of 10 which are related to ecology and environment. If you see 10 years, which is more important, you'll be surprised. There are 6 challenges. About India, why we are like concerned and why like needy and all of us have become so important that we are targeting from $3 trillion to $30 trillion. And everybody knows that the economy has a very lovely and very bad relationship with the environment. Okay, we talk about the construction. You must have heard that a coastal city like Mumbai is having a huge air pollution, which never used to be there because there is a wind. What are the major sources? And they say construction is one of the sources. What to do with the construction? According to one estimates of a government-supported agency, the number and amount of buildings which will exist in India by 2050 or 2055, half of them are yet to be built. Okay? In the next 30 years, we are going to build another India. These are the challenges for us. We have a very impressive solar or renewable energy plant. But to give you a glimpse, right now we produce about 450 gigawatt of energy, which is about 120 gigawatt is coming from renewables. Total 450. What is our target? 500 gigawatt through renewable by 2030. So all our problems are solved. Sir has sensitized about the net zero. Today we consume 450, by 2030 we'll have 500 gigawatt of renewable. Today we have roughly 330 gigawatt coming from fossil. So are we solving all our problems? It is sheer growth which will neutralize all that. By 2030, we will need thousands. In real terms, the environment and the climate change and the CO2 issues, they do not believe in these numbers. What they believe in, today we need a 120 gigawatt through fossil fuel, and we are talking by 2030, we will need 500 gigawatt through fossil fuel. That's our challenge. That's our huge challenge. I will just sensitize you about the sustainability. Sir has very beautifully defined. We call it a sustainable material. So there are two connotations for sustainable material. One is the material which should have sustainable, like the life cycle analysis. Second thing, we need to design material for sustainability. Now, it is no more simple. For example, you have some lake like Ambazari Lake and you want to try, there's some contamination of arsenic, you put some nanomaterials. You need to think how to separate those nanomaterials. What will be the impact of those nanomaterials on the lake? I think almost 10, 15 years back, there are reports that the nano silver, which is supposed to be one of the best disinfectants, have been found in the food chain, have been impacting. So we need to look into the life cycle analysis, which unfortunately in DD also we are exploring, like cradle to grave. What happens? You are separating the arsenic, it is in chemical terms or in chemical engineering terms, it's only the phase change. From water, you have brought it to the solid. What are you going to do with that solid? Yeah, one good job you have done is you have pre-concentrated that. So we need to worry about that. Second is the material, how to design material. Maybe 30 years ago when I was doing my PhD and all that, let's try for best of the material. Let's ask a professor to get me those chemicals so that I can publish and I can do. Gone are the days. We need a material like, for example, in water, we are working incidentally. Now we call it a vertical. We have combined most of the units, 4 verticals. I need to deal with the water and air pollution as well. For water, we deal with like State Pollution Control Board and the PHED of Punjab. Every 6 months or every 1 year, they report a new pollutant. I was so shocked once I commented that I can see half of the periodic table in your water. So we need a multifunctional material. Okay, we need to see how does it behave. Second issue is, which may not be so much of concern of researchers in the lab and the early or career researcher, but we need to worry how costly the material is. Okay, this is areas for a lot of money. So, or people ask for, get me some rare earths, get me some platinum and gold. You need to think whether this material will be affordable, number one. Number two, which is probably more important, whether this material is strategic. And what does strategic means? Whether India produces this metal. You have seen the geopolitical scene in the last 2 years. It's crazy. So we need to now, I'll probably share with you many things about how do you plan your material design. It's no more only the chemistry. You need to worry about materials, where it will come from. Whether some other country, neighboring country will dictate whether do we have material. That has become a priority. You need to synthesize a functionalized material, considering cost, considering life cycle analysis, considering the environmental impact, also considering whether India can produce goods in the future. Otherwise, look for the substitute, and that's the best of the research. Now, you must be wondering that I am having this experience. It is I need to collaborate with 10 people. Most of them come from the academic world. They are from colleges, they are from universities, they are from IIT, they are from abroad. Because I personally consider, today even I contact my teachers. They are best in the fundamentals. We may be good at applied because of the exposure, the facilities. What I'm trying to come to the point that today we definitely need collaborators. And there's nothing, so nobody is big or nobody is like rich and all these things. Somebody is having a knowledge of one subject equally important, who is well accomplished scientist. So collaboration is extremely important, and that will also nurture the next generation, which are there with most of the colleges, most of the academies. I never deny go to even a school when it comes to interacting with the student. Forget about the college. I never do that. We are doing, I think, no less than 2 lakh students contribute. That's like the government also support those kind of initiatives. So I'll stop here, and I would like to compliment Gurnale, Dr. Barwai, and Sitaji, and the entire society, Sharda University, for coming together for this conference. And I'm sure we are going to discuss, and let this be, I mean, tomorrow should be the beginning of our collaboration and not the conclusion of this conference. We must interact together, and I want to make it again clear that don't think that this is that is big. The collaboration is most important. So once again, welcome to Needy campus. It's our privilege. You can roam around, you can go to the labs if you want. Just let us know and we can organize those things. Once again, welcome, and I wish this conference a great success. Thank you. So,
Thank you, sir, for providing us the insight and the thoughts and the opportunities for the young students and the researchers to collaborate with the research teams. According to Hindu Dharma, an individual engrossed in the task of spiritual upliftment of others, that is the one engrossed in selflessly working for social cause, is truly eligible for felicitation. It's a practice to honor the guest as a mark of respect with shawl and strip. So now I request Dr. Dilip Badwai sir to felicitate our chief guest of today's function, Dr. Mohammad Nazar, by offering shawl and strip. I again request Dr. Dilip Badwai sir and Dr. Gurmule sir to felicitate our keynote speaker, Professor Rameshwar Adhikari sir, Tribhuvan University, Kathmandu. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Dilip Badwai sir and Dr. Gurnule sir to felicitate Dr. Nitin Labshetwa sir with shawl and sheet. Now I request Dr. Gurnule sir to felicitate Professor NBC with shawl and stick. Thank you, sir.
Now, all the dignitaries on the dais are invited for the official release of conference proceedings, and thereby we declare the inaugural opening of conference. Volunteers, please bring the proceedings.
Thank you, all the dignitaries. I profusely elated to take an opportunity to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Mohammad Nazar. Dr. Mohammad Nazar, presently working as a principal scientist, analytical division, and in charge of Wet Chemical Laboratory, Jawaharlal Nehru Aluminium Research, Development and Design Center, Nagpur. Sir has completed his master's and postdoctoral research from ZS College of Engineering and Technology, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. He has got 33 years of research experience in various domains, which includes industrial waste processing and product development, geopolymer preparation, applied chromatography, rapid analytical methods, bauxite alumina material characterization, and many more. Over the year, Dr. Nazar have executed several research projects as a principal investigator, co-investigator, and team member on the project sponsored by Ministry of Mines, Government of India, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, Ministry of Coals, National Aluminium Company Limited, NALCO, and Vedanta Aluminium Company Limited. He has successfully transferred technology based on delamination of multi-layer packaging projects to a leading plastic recycling companies recently in India. He has got several publications in national and international reputed journals, conferences, and proceeding as well. He has got 13 patents on his credits in a domain like industrial waste management, product development, rapid analytical methods, and authored 4 book chapters. Now I request Dr. Mohammad Nazir for sharing his views on this conference.
Good morning, all of you. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, professors, and academia. Of course, the good gathering I'm seeing from the student side. So once again, I welcome all of you. It is indeed a great pleasure to be here as a chief guest for the inaugural function of this conference. I'm happy to be here, and it is nice to be here, but there is no direct connection with the theme of this conference. Of my work, which I have been doing for a long time. My research activities mostly related to industrial waste utilization and product development. But as far as the conference theme is concerned, it is all about materials and material development. So why it is, I would like to connect these two areas because materials, the development of materials required materials. So obviously, the need for new material is obvious, and the resources are limited. So previous speakers, the Indian speakers have highlighted that the sustainability is one of the aspects what we are looking when we are dealing with new materials. So sustainability is closely related to the present generation as well as the future generation. So why and how it is connected with the future and the present generation, it is largely dependent on the energy, emission, and the economics. So when we deal with new materials having different properties and the requirement of future, we need the R&D as well as academia association, then only the new materials can be developed according to the requirement. So when we talk about the recycling process, it is closely related to circular economy. The circular economy is a concept that always talks about the extension of lifespan of material, which we already have, and it always implies how it can be taken further, how we can extend the life of. So most of the recycling aspects are closely related to the circular economy concept that largely reduce the consumption of energy as well as the emission parameters. So when we deal with the material which is available, mostly available in the industry, just like mining industry and production units. So wherever there is new materials are developed according to the new requirement, the definitely waste for reject materials are generated. That is not judicially used or largely not consumed. It will be kept aside as a futuristic material. Maybe it will be kept as a resource, future resource. But largely it is ignored. Nobody is taken care of that material. It keep on accumulating, and large material resource is available all over the world. It is not only related to the Indian scenario. All over the world, it is the same. Most of the materials are not in use because there is no right use. When we talk about the material, which is of futuristic applications, like the modern materials, which we call a smart material for various applications. So we have to think about the material which is lying unutilized, how we can make use of this material. Apart from that, there is a large concern about microplastics. Because why I am taking this name microplastic, it is almost everywhere now, it is reached the human blood. So we cannot avoid the contamination of microplastics through food and water, and it is already largely present in human blood, and it is causing a lot of issues like cancer and other diseases. Can we make use of this material for any smart material or futuristic material? So this is one of the questions I have to raise in this platform. So when I mostly during the last 10 years, I am closely associated with the development of geopolymers. So most of the geopolymers materials have special characteristics. It is a kind of material that largely used in building and construction. So what is the specialty of geopolymer? There is no heat treatment is required. The emission is very much limited, and largely it will consume the most of the aluminum silicate. So we can convert this material into useful products with minimum consumption or minimum use of energy and as well as emission. So while going through the literature, what I have seen, smart material is developed from geopolymer concept. So what kind of geopolymer that is? So when we are exposing this material in sunlight, it will absorb a lot of energy and that will retain that energy inside the material. And during the night time or after the sunset, it starts emitting the radiation and it acts as a material or smart material that illuminate itself and provide the light or energy. So that way we can save a lot of energy that is used for lighting or electric energy or any other form of energy which is involved for making light. So these kind of materials are the need of our. So the academia is doing a lot of basic R&D in the academic laboratories. So when we have a close interaction for the platform like this conference, where the academia and research institutes are coming together, and it provides the right platform for the students and academia to interact with the scientific community and exchange their views openly and on the spot. So this is the basic need of conducting this kind of conferences, where the both the academia and the research community will get benefited. The basic R&D is very much is required because most of the R&D institutes have no time or resource for doing basic research. So most of the R&D research institute, like my research institute, like Jawaharlal Nehru Research Institute, the focus is mostly on applied science. And we do applied research activities and execute the activities according to the requirement of industry. So we have a direct connection with the industry and we are executing or solving their issues, their problems. But we are not focusing on basic R&D where the academia or academic research laboratory is very much. The literature knowledge which is gaining through the survey or the other resources is the real input for getting new ideas for development of materials or smart materials or many other products. So I think that is required for the development of the community. So India being a developing country and we are very close to become a developed country very soon. So we are attempting to reach that stage with all our efforts. So there is a large requirement of special kind of materials like rare earth, then strategic elements, etc. The change of geopolitical conditions are restricting this the availability of this material from abroad or the other countries. Earlier, they used to supply these materials for our research activities and development of materials, mainly for smart materials sort of thing. So now we have limited resources, or we are largely dependent on the secondary resources which is available at our. These secondary resources are otherwise called reject material, maybe electronic waste, maybe industrial leftover material. All these materials have typical chemical composition and they are ready available and minimum requirement of energy is required for their processing and recovery of our specific elements like rare earth or other materials that is required for the development of smart materials. So this theme of this project, I have gone through the brochure. I have seen this area is this conference is covering areas from chemistry, physics, and biological science. So it is a right platform where you can interact with the community and the scientific institutes like NEED, and of course you can have a direct link with the R&D institute in and around Nagpur. So we can create a linkage from after the deliberation of good amount of research activities carried out at the academic level at the R&D level. So we can generate a linkage that will be useful for converting our ideas into fruitful solution in the form of smart materials or utilizing the available resources, which is in the form of physics or other materials, with minimum consumption of energy as well as emissions, especially the carbon dioxide. So wherever there is a human activity involved, there is huge amount of carbon dioxide is emitted in the atmosphere. And when we look at the secondary resources like reject material, so we can largely reduce or control the emission of carbon dioxide or other toxic components in that. I told the concept of plastic. Microplastic is one of the real concern and largely ignored because plastic is everywhere and we cannot simply say it is restricted. The use of plastic can be restricted all of a sudden and we can get some alternative resource or alternative material in place of plastic. It is not like that. We cannot avoid plastic. It is part and parcel of our life. So wherever there is production of plastic is taking place, its use is limited for a particular period. Once the use is over, it is discarded everywhere. So it is mostly going in the dump or spoil or in the water where the contamination is slowly taking place. Over a period of time, it will get converted into microplastic. When we consume the water or food particles, just like human activities are generally associated with the environment. Generally, there is a close interaction of human body and the environment, whether through water, air, or other means. So there is a direct contact of this microplastic, and we are knowingly or unknowingly these components are going inside out. So nowadays, the health issues are mostly associated with lungs cancer, then asthmatic problem, then cancer, and other diseases. The major reason for this kind of diseases are mainly through plastic, and it is very well aware that plastic causes health issues or health hazard for human. So we have to think about, is there any option? I'm just putting this question in the student community. Can we recover this plastic and convert into smart materials for them? Nearly like research institute can consider this option. So because a lot of environmental activities related activities are going on in the laboratory. So is there any close association of R&D laboratory from Tamil Nadu University, Mahavidyalaya and DD, and they both can take care of this global issue and come up with a suitable solution where we can selectively recover this microplastic from water or other sources and convert it into material that is useful for mankind. So similar is the case with other resource materials, which we generally call discards. It is largely available apart from the industries, not only from the industry. It is available everywhere. If you look around, we can see a lot of materials which are being unutilized and dying over a period of time. So can we find some useful aspects or some useful criteria for choosing that material as a resource? So once it can be identified as a good resource, that remain as a starting material for a different industry, where different material having good amount of properties that is required for the development of future development can be generated out of that. So these are the some questions that I want to raise here and put in front of you. So during the next 2 days deliberation, so we can have a close interaction with the academia and the R&D personnel to find out some solution that can be presented to the ministry or to the industry where it can be recommended for future aspects. So probably the industry is not aware of the resources which is lying around, and they are least bothered. So once the resource is utilized and the best part of the material they have converted into product, and it will become a saleable product for the industry. The reject that they are developing or they are generating is lying unutilized in their own premises, and over a period of time the accumulation is taking place, and they are later on they are concerned about how it can be discarded, where it can be disposed, where it can be thrown out. So instead of thinking just by disposing or discarding that material into the surroundings or environment, can we give some resourceful suggestions to the industry where it can be selectively used by themselves or by the other industry where it can become a resource, a cost-effective resource. One of the examples that I can highlight, one of the solid rejects, that's the largest solid rejects generated in the aluminum industry is red mud. Over a period of 100 years or more, some activities are going on to make viable solution for replacing red mud. Till date, there is no economically acceptable solution is not derived so far, not only in India, everywhere. Technically, there is number of solutions are available. We go through the literature, we can see Redmond can be placed for number of applications. The good amount of Redmond can be considered. But there is no takers, there is no acceptable solution as far as the economic part are concerned. So when we think about the utilization of industrial rejects, so we have to focus on the large scale consumption of the reject material, where a good amount of reject can be converted with minimum processing step and minimum use of energy, so it can become a useful product or saleable product. So when we deal with the materials like red mud, the technically or technologically we have solutions, but when it comes economically, then there's no acceptable solutions can is not available right. So this is the reason why the concept of recovering valuable minerals out of the region, just like rare earth. Few years back, we depend largely on China for getting the rare elements for rare earth elements for our needs. Due to the change of the political scenario now, the China is not providing the rare earth elements for our use, and we are largely looking for the secondary resources like diamond and other resources electronic waste, where we can recover different type of different rare earth elements for our internal use. But there is no clear-cut solutions right now available because mainly it is like energy and the process time. So can we provide a solution that will really useful for recovering the rare earth and other trace elements, which are very much in need for development of this country and future development for materials like smart materials that are very much in need for the progress of this country. So this is one of the questions again I have to raise. So can we focus on this kind of research activity, mostly applied science? Just slowly, we have to change our mindset from basic science or basic R&D to applied R&D, where we can generate the right solution that is acceptable for the industry, and it can be easily presented in front of the industry where the people can take it further and produce the required elements for materials out of that. Again, when we concerned about the price elements for rare earth elements, it is available in very, very small quantities. So when considering the rest of the metrics, the quantum of material available is huge, and we are taking out of a small portion of the material out of that, and the remaining material is going to remain as a waste again. This is another concern we have to focus when we deal with the industrial reject or the mining reject or other reject or whatever rejects generated in the industry. So while going through the focused area of this the conference, I have seen the activities are mostly on materials, and that is useful for specific application, maybe related to chemistry, physics, and biological science. So, is there any applied R&D solutions coming in your mind? You can contact me or interested, and that can be taken in the form of a project where we can give some solution to the existing scenario that will solve the accumulation of reject and the requirement of precious metal or rare element or whatever is required for the future development of smart materials. So here I'm stopping my your short words because I'm not directly connected with the smart material or any research activities which we are delivering in this conference. My experience and my knowledge is something different. That is not directly connected with the theme of this conference, but definitely it is more of applied, and it can give solutions to the development of material or smart materials as well. Thank you very much for the patient listening, and I thank the conference and I wish the success for the conference and the deliberation in this place. And also I thank the committee for choosing me as the chief guest for this inaugural function. And thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for sensitizing entire gathering over here towards the fatal issue related with this microplastics. And I assure you that many of the researchers who are present over here definitely going to take up this issue and come up with a better solution. Thank you, sir.
I am profusely delighted to take an opportunity to introduce Dr. Smita Vanjari ma'am. Dr. Smita Vanjari is an emerging name in the academic circle of Nagpur. She is actively engaged in the teaching, learning, and research activities. She has done PhD in two streams, education and humanities. Her theses were critically acclaimed among the scholars. She has published many research papers in prestigious journals and edited articles. She has participated in national and international conferences and chaired plenary sessions as well as presided over sessions skillfully. She has authored a book on Indian diaspora entitled Voices from the Indian Diaspora, which is prescribed as a reference book for PG syllabus in Nagpur University. She has also written chapters in different books in the field of English literature. She is not only a curious academician, but an efficient administrator as well. She is treasurer of Amartya Mandal, which runs chain of colleges like engineering, pharmacy, law, and education. She is the honorable Senate member in Nagpur University and the director of the Govind Urban Cooperative Society. With this short introduction, I request Dr. Smita Vanjari ma'am, the woman of distinct vision and fountainhead of illuminating ideas, an idol of knowledge and experience, and inspiration to all of us to share some knowledgeable words to all of us.
Thank you, Churchill Madam. Good morning to all. Dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Dr. Mohammad Nazir sir, then Dr. Professor Rameshwar Adhikari sir, Professor N.B. Singh, Dr. Nitin Lakshetwar sir, Dr. Dilip Badwai sir, Principal of Kamla Nehru College, convener of this conference, Professor W.B. Punule sir, and all the research scholars, professors, and students present over here. Today's conference is on material science, that is, advanced sustainable futuristic material. As the president of the inaugural session of the international conference, I'm extremely pleased to welcome you all in this beautiful campus of Miri on the international conference on advanced sustainable futuristic material. Our college is committed to provide quality education and promote research that will contribute to the development of our society. We feel elated and proud to have achieved significant milestone like being identified as an A+ grade college by NAC, that is DST, FIST, and UNICEF College. This spectacular journey has been impending, is all to achieve even greater height in the years to come. The main topic of this international conference is sustainable futuristic material, which is useful to all researchers, PG students, and teaching faculty. It is no denying fact that any progress in the technologies critically depends on the development of new and advanced futuristic material with improved and novel properties. Today's technology needs such material with unusual and extraordinary combination of properties for the present and the future industrial revolution. Indeed, in recent times, advanced material has become one of the most important and exciting forefront field of research for the scientists and technologists across the world. Theme has been selected to accommodate a wide range of interests to facilitate the interdisciplinary research and development in various fields of science and technology related to material that can significantly contribute to the development of society and industry. I hope that this conference will provide a platform for the interaction among eminent professional researchers and scholars of different fields from both academia and industry under one roof to discuss and share the state of development in futuristic material. The deliberation by the highly merited and distinguished scholar are bound to bring all the thoughtful prepositions which will be long-term relevance. I'm therefore sure that this conference will be meaningful, relevant, purposive, interactive, and credible, with worth remembering, and will be the best platform for dealing with all issues relating to the field. I appreciate the efforts of the organizing team for selecting such appropriate theme for the international conference. I also thank Sharda University. I also thank ED and Dr. Vaidya sir, who is not here, and Dr. Lakshekar sir for giving us this opportunity to arrange a conference here in this beautiful campus. Thank you very much and happy learning to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. As all good things come to an end, in ordinary life, we hardly realize that we receive a great deal more than we give, and that it is only with gratitude that life becomes rich. I request Dr. Sarita Tiwari to thank one and all present here, which will be followed by a keynote address by Professor Rameshwar Adhikari, sir.
Good morning, one and all. On behalf of Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya, it is my distinct privilege and honor to extend a heartfelt expression of gratitude to each and every one of you who has contributed to the resounding success of this international conference. First and foremost, I would like to pay my humble homage to late Sri Govindraoji Vansari sir, founder Amar Seva Mandal. I am thankful to Honorable Dr. Suhasini Vansari Madam, President Amar Seva Mandal, Honorable MLC Advocate Abhijit Ji Vansari Sir, Secretary Amar Seva Mandal, and Honorable Dr. Smita Vansari Madam, Treasurer Amar Seva Mandal, and also President of today's event, for their constant support and guidance for organizing this conference. I wish to express my gratitude towards today's chief guest, Honorable Mohammad Nazar Sir, for giving his valuable time and sharing his knowledge with our participants. His dedication to sharing knowledge and fostering dialogue is truly commendable, and we are immensely grateful for your invaluable contribution. I am also thankful to our keynote speakers, Professor Rameshwar Adhikari sir and Professor N.V. Singh sir, for showing their gracious presence and sharing their knowledge with us. We would like to express our gratitude to our gracious collaborator of this conference, that is Sharda University and CSIR NEERI, especially Dr. Atul Vaidya sir, Director CSIR NEERI, and Dr. Nitin Lakshekar sir and his team for providing us their support and engagement in organizing this conference. Your commitment to advancing multidisciplinary science is deeply appreciated, and we are grateful for our ongoing support. I am thankful to Principal of Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya, Dr. Dilip Badwai sir, for extending his support and guidance in organizing this event. I also wish to thank convener of this conference, Dr. Gunale sir, who is the driving force of this program. I would also like to extend our sincere thanks to all the delegates and participants who have traveled from far and wide to be with us today. Your active engagement, meaningful discussions, and diverse perspectives have been instrumental in making this conference a dynamic and enriching experience for everyone involved. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the tireless efforts of the organizing committee and volunteers who have worked diligently behind the scenes to ensure the smooth execution of every aspect of this conference. Your hard work, dedication, and attention to detail have been instrumental in orchestrating a seamless and memorable event. In end, let us carry forward the spirit of collaboration, innovation, and mutual respect that has defined this conference. May the connections we have forged and the insights we have gained continue to inspire us as we work together to address the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Thank you once again to everyone who has played a part in making this conference a resounding success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now here we end up with the inaugural session. Now I request all the dignitaries on the dais to occupy the seats in the front row as we are continuing with the deliberation of keynote address. Can we have the screen down, please?